It's easy to see that pilots have passengers' lives in their hands as they take the controls of their aircraft. But flight attendants also shoulder a heavy responsibility for the safety of everyone on board. In fact, fundamentally, that is the primary reason for having flight attendants.
We are going to have an irregular landing. We're going to be ditching in the ocean.
Specialist training organizations have developed detailed programs to ensure that they are ready to respond to almost any emergency situation. And it's important that this training is repeated to ensure that they remain confident and competent to respond when needed.
It makes me feel better every time I do it. I remember coming to FACS for the first time and how nervous I was the entire class. Every day, and the initial is 5 days, and every aspect of it just made my stomach churn. And every time I come back, it gets more familiar. You get muscle memory. You don't remember everything to the exact detail, but you gain more knowledge along the way, and it makes me feel a lot more comfortable about what I do and taking care of my passengers and my crew members.
Flight crew can now be trained in almost any aspect of emergency medical response, so that they are ready to identify if a passenger or colleague is unwell and be able to respond to situations that might require CPR or some other assistance. In some cases, aircraft are now equipped with technology that can provide expert guidance and support from the ground.
We can get blood pressure, we're going to get our oxygen saturation, we have a glucometer in here that'll get our sugar level also. So the doctor's getting all this information. This is also a camera. So I turn this on, and now I'm showing the doctor my patient. Christian, how are you? This is Jim. We're in New Jersey. I'm here with a patient that he's not feeling too well. So Christian, you see his EKG? Yep. Is this guy gonna make it or what? All right, so I'm seeing his blood pressure. I'm gonna recommend that he doesn't get the salami today.
And making sure that flight crew are trained to identify problems with their own health, such as the onset of hypoxia, is vital if they are to keep the aircraft flying safely and protect all the passengers.
I was getting pretty hot, almost sweaty, started losing a little bit of memory, and yeah, it was getting to the point where if I didn't end it, I probably would have passed out. Now that I know my signs and what they are, it'll give me a chance to actually get that oxygen mask on a little bit quicker. I think this should be structured in some sort of training program for pilots at any facility. I mean, I've never done this before, and I've been flying for a long time, so you think about it, there's pilots that are out there that fly commercially, fly corporate, whatever, and they don't know what their signs and symptoms are.
But where the flight crew's training really comes to the fore is in the unlikely event of a full-blown emergency, such as decompression,
Put on your mask, breathe normally.
a fire in the cabin, a crash landing, or ditching in water. Training organizations now go to some pretty extraordinary lengths to simulate such hazardous situations in a bid to get crew ready to deal with them safely. As with some of the most sophisticated equipment on an aircraft, solid emergency training is developed and produced for situations that more than likely will never happen, but which operators only have one chance to get right if they do.